So I just started to go live.
Stand up, everybody. I'll make her on here.
So I just started to go live. Okay, good morning, everyone. This is your first appearance hearing before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County.
Buenos días a todos. Esta es su comparecencia inicial ante el Tribunal de Primera Instancia del Condado de Clayton.
My name is Brad Gardner, and I'm a judge in this court.
Mi nombre es Brad Gardner y yo soy un juez en este tribunal.
I am here to inform you of the charges that have been filed against you,
Yo estoy acá para informarles de cuáles son los cargos que se le han imputado,
to advise you of certain rights,
para decirles cuáles son sus derechos,
to set bail on those offenses that I'm authorized to set bail,
para otorgarle una fianza en aquellos delitos que se me permite otorgarle fianza,
to schedule a preliminary hearing,
para programar una audiencia preliminar
and to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney.
y para determinar si usted requiere la asistencia de un abogado.
You have the right to remain silent and say nothing.
Usted tiene el derecho de permanecer en silencio y no decir nada,
But should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceeding may be used against you.
pero si usted renuncia a este derecho, cualquier cosa que usted diga durante este proceso podría ser usado en su contra.
So please don't discuss the facts of your case.
O sea que por favor no hable de cómo ocurrieron los hechos en su caso.
During this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights:
Durante este y todos los procesos siguientes, usted tiene los siguientes derechos:
to the presumption of innocence,
a la presunción de inocencia,
to indictment by a grand jury for most felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors,
a que se le formule una acusación por el jurado indagatorio para la mayoría de los delitos graves o de que se le formule una acusación para un delito menor,
to a speedy and public trial by jury,
de tener un juicio público rápido y por jurado,
to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you,
el derecho de ver, escuchar y contrainterrogar a los testigos que sean citados a testificar en su contra,
to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf,
de obligar la asistencia de los testigos para que testifiquen a su favor,
to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence in your own defense,
de testificar a su favor o de presentar pruebas para ser usadas en su defensa,
to have an attorney represent you.
de tener un abogado para que los represente.
If you cannot afford an attorney, one can be appointed to represent you if you qualify.
Si usted no pudiera contratarse un abogado, se le podría nombrar uno si usted califica.
Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds for your release from jail.
Alguno de ustedes se le va a permitir que pague una fianza sin restricción para que le permitan salir de la cárcel.
These bonds may be posted by cash, commercial, or property.
Estas fianzas podrían ser pagadas en efectivo, usando una compañía de fianzas o usando una propiedad.
Some of you will have special conditions on your bond that prohibit you from contacting certain people or going to certain places.
Algunos de ustedes van a tener ciertas condiciones especiales en su fianza donde se le prohíbe ponerse en contacto con ciertas personas o de que vaya a ciertos lugares.
You will also be prohibited from contacting the victim while you are in jail.
A usted también se le va a prohibir ponerse en contacto con la víctima mientras usted esté encarcelado.
If you violate the court's order, your bond will be revoked and you can remain in jail until your trial.
Si usted infringe la orden del juez, su fianza sería revocada y usted tendría que permanecer encarcelado hasta que su caso vaya a juicio.
You could also receive additional felony charges.
Y también se le podrían imputar cargos adicionales por delitos graves.
It is important to note that if someone is listed as a victim in your case, that person will not be allowed to post your bond.
Es importante saber que si una persona está nombrada como la víctima en su caso, a esa persona no se le va a permitir pagar la fianza por usted.
Some of you are charged with offenses for which this court is not authorized by law to set bail.
Alguno de ustedes se le acusa de delitos por los cuales, por ley, a este juez no se le permite otorgarle una fianza.
In this event, a bond hearing will be scheduled before a judge of the Superior Court of Clayton County.
En este caso, una audiencia para pedir fianza sería programada ante un juez del Tribunal Superior del Condado de Clayton.
If you are currently on active probation, this court is not authorized to set bond at this time.
Si actualmente usted está bajo libertad condicional, a este juez no se le permite fijarle una fianza en estos momentos.
Where the bond is appropriate in your case will be reconsidered after your probation officer has had an opportunity to consider this new arrest.
Si la fianza es apropiada en su caso, se tomaría en consideración nuevamente después que su agente de libertad condicional haya tenido la oportunidad de tomar en consideración este nuevo arresto.
The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine whether there is sufficient evidence to support the allegations against you.
El propósito de una audiencia preliminar es considerar si hay suficientes pruebas para sustentar las alegaciones en su contra.
The standard at this stage is very low.
Y el estándar en esta etapa es muy bajo.
A judge determining whether a charge goes forward at this stage only has to determine that it is possible that the crime occurred.
Para que un juez determine si un cargo procede en esta etapa, solamente tiene que determinar que existe la posibilidad de que el delito fue cometido.
Everyone has the ability to waive their right to a preliminary hearing.
Cada uno tiene la habilidad de renunciar a tener su audiencia preliminar.
However, you should speak to a lawyer first if you are unsure about whether it is appropriate to waive your preliminary hearing.
Sin embargo, usted debe de hablar con su abogado primero si usted no está seguro si es apropiado renunciar a tener su audiencia preliminar.
If you post bond, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived.
Si usted paga su fianza, su audiencia preliminar se cancela automáticamente.
You will receive notice at the address you give of your next court date.
Y usted va a recibir una notificación en la dirección que usted dé de cuándo va a ser su próxima corte.
Lastly, I need everyone to raise your right hand, please.
Y finalmente, yo necesito que todos levanten su mano derecha, por favor.
Do you swear or affirm that any statements you make during this proceeding would be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Jura usted y afirma que cualquier declaración que usted dé durante este proceso va a ser la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad, lo jura ante Dios.
Okay, let's begin with Ms. Perez.
Down, everybody. Miss Perez, come on up. Give me one moment, George.
Okay.
All right, Miss Perez, stand over there.
Ms. Perez, ma'am, can you hear and understand the interpreter?
Señorita Pérez, ¿puede usted escuchar y entender al intérprete? Yes.
Ma'am, you're charged with one count of driving a vehicle without a license. The bond is going to be set at $1,000.
Señorita, usted se le acusa de manejar un vehículo sin licencia de conducir válida y su fianza va a ser de $1,000.
Do you believe you can post that bond, ma'am?
¿Cree usted que va a poder pagar esa fianza, señorita?
Sí.
Yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 12th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201.
Su audiencia preliminar va a estar fija para el 12 de octubre a las 8:30 de la mañana en la sala 201.
That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail.
Esa audiencia se cancela tan pronto usted pague su fianza y salga y usted va a recibir un nuevo citatorio por correo.
Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
¿Quiere usted que yo vea si usted califica para nombrarle un abogado?
¿Puedo pagar toda la fianza hoy?
No le escucho.
Sí puedo pagar la fianza hoy.
Can I pay the bond today?
Yes, ma'am. The lawyer has nothing to do with the bond. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Sí, señorita, pero lo del abogado no tiene nada que ver con usted pagar su fianza. ¿Quiere usted que yo vea si usted califica para nombrarle un abogado?
Okay. Sí.
Yes.
You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
Usted sí califica, señorita. Yo le voy a nombrar un abogado para que la represente. ¿Tiene usted alguna pregunta para mí?
No.
No.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Ok, señorita, puede retirarse.
Thank you, Ms. Bermudez. Have a good day.
You are welcome, Judge. You as well.
Okay, are you Miss Babb?
Bar,
I'm sorry, Bar. Oh, I gotta put my reading glasses on. I'm sorry. All right, that's better. Miss Barr, ma'am, you're charged with driving a vehicle, one count of driving a vehicle without a license and one count of driving a vehicle with an inoperable tail light. There's going to be a $1,000 bond set for the driving a vehicle without a license. And there's going to be a $500 bond set for driving a vehicle with an inoperable tail light. That's going to be a total bond of $1,500. You believe you can post that bond, ma'am? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 12th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yeah.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Ms. Crawford,
I'm sorry, what was that name?
Crawford,
Crawford. What? Oh, you know what? Never mind. Miss Crawford, ma'am, you're charged with one count of driving, I'm sorry, of theft by shoplifting. The bond is going to be set at $2,000. Do you believe you can post that bond? You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 12th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm going to find that you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me? Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Ms. Holmes, y'all can go back to their room.
Is Miss Franklin OTB?
Ms. Franklin. Actually, no, Your Honor, my fault. Ms. Franklin. Yeah, come on, Ms. Franklin.
Miss Franklin, ma'am, you're also charged with one count of theft by shoplifting. The bond is also going to be set at $2,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a preliminary hearing date set for October 12th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
Just 10% of 2,000.
Did you say what's 10% of 2,000?
It was 10%.
It's going to be a percentage, ma'am. You're going to have to contact the bonding company to see what exactly they will charge you, but it is a percentage of the bond.
Okay.
All right, you're free to go back, ma'am.
Ms. Holmes? Ready.
Ms. Holmes, ma'am, you're charged with one count of simple battery and one count of cruelty to children in the third degree. There's going to be a $4,000 bond set on the simple battery, and there's going to be a $3,000 bond set on the cruelty to children in the third degree. So that's going to be a total bond of $7,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yeah.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 12th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yeah.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me? Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Thank you. Ms. Reagan? Go.
Ms. Redding, ma'am, you're charged with one count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, one count of loitering, one count of obstructing an officer, and 1 count of giving a false name, address, or date of birth. I'm going to set a $3,000 bond on the violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, a $1,000 bond on the loitering or prowling charge, a $2,000 bond on obstructing an officer, and a $2,000 bond on giving a false name, address, or date of birth. So you're going to have a total bond set at $10,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 11th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Put your mask up.
Can, is the obstruction of an officer a felony?
Raise your mask up, man. It's being listed as a misdemeanor.
Okay. Is it, do I have one?
Hold on, ma'am.
Allow the judge to finish talking. I told you that earlier.
Ma'am, it says you're currently working. How much do you earn per month or per hour?
Working at all.
Okay, you do qualify for the appointment of a lawyer. Now, what was your question, ma'am?
I didn't notice that I got obstruction of.
Keep your mask up, ma'am.
I
I can
didn't
hear
know-
you. I can hear you.
Okay, I didn't notice that I had obstruction of an officer on there too. I thought it was just false name and, so I didn't know if it was a felony or not. And how many felonies do I have?
Just one, the drug charge,
The drug charge, how much is that bail?
$3,000.
$3,000, okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, over here. Ms. Sarto, go back.
Ms. Sorto, ma'am, you're charged with 1 count of public drunkenness. The bond is automatically set at $1,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 12th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
Ms. Wigglesby?
Ms. Weathersby, ma'am, you've been charged with 1 count of use or possession of drug-related objects and 1 count of obstructing an officer. I've set a $1,500 bond for use or possession of drug-related objects and a $2,000 bond for obstructing an officer. So that's a total bond of $3,500. Do you believe you can post that bond? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 12th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Okay, I'm going to find that you qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
White?
Miss White, ma'am, you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. The bond's going to be set at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
I can.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a quintravious dinar. Do you understand that?
Yeah. When I get out, I gotta stay away from him. That's my husband.
Okay, I'll circle back around to that, okay? But do you understand that stay away provision is going to be in place? And I'll explain it to you at the end, okay?
Okay, yeah.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 12th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Please.
I'm going to find that you qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Now, the stay away provision is placed on these types of cases for one simple reason. We don't want whatever led to you to appear before me today to flare back up this evening when you get out of jail. Okay, so we place a stay away provision. If your husband is not afraid of you, your husband can feel free to contact the Solicitor General's office and have a conversation with them about this condition. The Solicitor General's office will then do their own investigation, and they will determine whether they believe it is wise to lift this condition, or is it more reasonable to leave it in place. Until they make that determination, if you were to go back around your husband, you're subject to facing felony aggravated stalking charges, which does not carry a bond. So do you understand that?
Yeah, so who am I supposed to get to bund me out? Cause that's all I have to bund me out.
Ma'am, I don't know. All I can say is that as adults, you shouldn't be before me. So we shouldn't even be having this conversation.
It wasn't anything physical.
Don't talk about it. I gave you a lawyer. You need to talk to the lawyer about the facts, because if it's not that bad, the lawyer can get in there and work on your behalf. But if you start talking about this is going all over the internet. This is public. Okay? So I understand the position that it's placing you in, but I need you to also understand that we all have our own lives, and we don't need to be in your life, you and your husband's life. Okay? Any other questions, ma'am?
When and how fast could I talk to a lawyer?
So I don't run their office, all right? They're gonna get the information today that they have been assigned to represent you. The law firm is Lister and Holt, Lister, second word, Holt, Holt. If you have not heard from them when you bond out, you may want to give them a call.
Okay.
Okay?
Last thing, who you said he had to call to lift something restriction?
So this stay away provision applies to you. You're not in a position where you can contact him, okay? So please don't contact him and tell him to call the solicitor's office, because that could amount to witness tampering. That could also be a violation of the no contact provision. Okay?
Okay.
I know it's like it's a tough situation, but it can be managed. But remember this, the next time there's a disagreement, that this is just too much of a situation that either person should go through. Okay? All right, ma'am, you're free to go back. Do we have Ms. Colbert?
Well, Judge, that is the last person on the email roster for today.
I'm gonna need you to get Ms. Colbert. She was carried over from Monday. I asked her to be placed on this calendar because I think she was having either some issues of maybe not being compliant or something like that. But instead of placing her on the calendar for Tuesday, I just said place her on today's calendar.
Okay, Judge,
I'll give you her LE number.
I'm ready.
Okay, it's 147-2862.
147-2862. Give me a moment, Your Honor, and I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm gonna switch over to the mail side, and when I see you come back, I'll switch back over to you.
Okay.
Okay, let's switch over to the mail side.
Mr. Bembry, Your Honor.
Good morning. Are you Mr. Bullock?
No, sir.
What's your name, sir? Tell me your name. I'm sorry. Are you Mr. Bembry?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Bembry, sir, you're charged with one count of speeding, super speeding, it looks like, one count of reckless driving, and one count of fleeing from a police officer. You're gonna have a $1,500 bond on the super speeder charge, a $1,500 bond on reckless driving, and a $5,000 bond on fleeing from a police officer. So that's going to be a total bond of $8,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 12th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Excuse me, sir, can you repeat that court date?
October 12th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail, okay?
Yes, sir.
Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna find that you qualify, Mr. Bembry. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. Bullock, Your Honor.
Mr. Bullock, sir, you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass and 1 count of obstructing an officer. You're gonna have a $3,000 bond set on the criminal trespass charge and a $2,000 bond set on the obstructing an officer charge. So there's gonna be a total bond of $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, but no, sir.
Okay. You're gonna have a preliminary hearing date set for October 12th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer, Mr. Bullock?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna find that you qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me, Mr. Bullock?
No, sir.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Have a good day.
You too.
Champion, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Champion, sir, you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass, 1 count of battery, and 1 count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Your bond's gonna be set at $3,000 for the criminal trespass charge, $5,000 for the battery charge, and $3,000 for the violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. So you're gonna have a total bond set at $11,000. You believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond, to stay away from Alyssa Valentine. Do you understand that? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 11th because the drug charge is a felony charge. It's going to be at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
All right, you're free to go back, Mr. Champion. Are you Mr. Cheevers?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Cheevers, so you're charged with 1 count of driving a vehicle without a license. Driving a vehicle on a suspended license, and 1 count of not having a child properly restrained in a child seat, a car seat. The bond for the driving on suspended license is going to be set at $1,500. The bond for the child not properly restrained in the child seat is going to be set at $500 for a total bond of $2,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir. Just 2,000?
Yes, sir, but it's going to be a little bit higher because the Sheriff's Department is required to add fees to it. So if you've been given a higher number, that's the number that has the fees added on to it, okay? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 12th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
How much do you earn per hour?
14.
Okay, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
What about the cash bond?
You can post a cash bond. You give the entire amount of the bond in cash to the Sheriff's Department. They will hold it until your case is resolved, and then they will return the money to you.
No. Last night when she booked me in, she was telling me that I had to pay the 25,000 for the bonding company, but I had to pay another 18 for Lake City.
I know nothing about Lake City.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that would have to be, you'd have to contact Lake City to understand that. Now, the Sheriff's Department, they have access to information as it relates to if anybody has any wants or holds on you. So that's probably how they know about that, because Lake City has notified them, don't let you go, for them not to let you go
Until I pay that, correct?
until you pay them. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're free to go back. Mr. Finn,
Yes.
sir, you're charged with 1 count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce, 1 count of failing to stop or yield at a stop sign, and 1 count of use or possession of drug-related objects. Bond is going to be set at $1,500 for the possession of marijuana less than an ounce, $500 for failing to stop at the stop sign, and $1,500 for use or possession of drug-related objects. So that's going to be a total bond of $3,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 12th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me? I'm sorry.
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back. Hold on 1 second, Mr. Flournoy. You can stay right there. Are you Miss Colbert?
Yes,
Ma'am, you're charged with 1 count of burglary of a commercial vehicle, commercial building, 1 count of giving a false name, address, or date of birth, and 1 count of criminal trespass for an unlawful purpose. I cannot set bond on the burglary charge because there's an indication that you're on probation or parole. I have set bond on the giving a false name, address, or date of birth at $2,000, and I've set bond on the criminal trespass for unlawful purpose at $2,000. I'm going to set a preliminary hearing date for you for October 11th at 8:30 in the morning. And I'm going to also set a bond hearing date for October 15th at 8:30 in the morning. Both of those are going to be in courtroom 201. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Okay. Do you have any questions for me, ma'am?
that's sort of a burglary. And that's when my court date is in October for that
For all 3 charges, yes, ma'am.
one? Okay.
Okay. All right, ma'am, you're free to go back.
I need a,
Now go back.
I messed up my uniform, I need a uniform.
Okay, that will conclude it for the females.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Flournoy. Is it Flournoy?
No.
Okay, sir. You're charged with 1 count of driving a vehicle with an inoperable tail light, 1 count of distracted driving, meaning having a hands-free device in your hand, 1 count of obstructing an officer, and I'm going to dismiss this failing to sign a citation charge. So you're going to have a total bond set at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 12th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Please.
Okay, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
What's wrong with it again?
Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Your Honor, what room was that supposed to be in for his court date?
It was October 12th, 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201, but that date will get waived when you bond out. Okay,
Appreciate it.
you're welcome. Is it Mr. Gouda?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, you're charged with 1 count of loitering or prowling. The bond is going to be set at $1,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 12th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
Just when can I be released? Because, you know.
So I handle the paperwork today. As soon as this hearing is over, I start filling in all of the paperwork. Usually takes me about 2 hours to complete. I send it back over to the sheriff's department and they start inputting the information. So if everything goes as planned, it should be sometime later today.
Can I just say one thing?
If it's not about the facts of your case.
Just say can I say how I feel about the case?
Well, let me say this. I'm gonna let you say what you want to say, but you really should consider that this is public. And
That's why I want to
hold on. You may say something that could harm your case unknowingly. Okay? And I don't know if you want to do that or not. I know if I was your lawyer, I would not want you saying that. But as long as it is respectful, as long as there's no curse words involved, as long as it's not something that's gonna get you in trouble. Okay. All right, go ahead, sir.
So I just wanted to say, like a lot of other Black men in this country, we feel prosecuted and preyed upon. I was going to visit a property that I was trying to purchase, and there's some other properties I was trying to purchase, and they came up as I was laying on the ground, just kind of taking a rest, drinking some water and a milkshake. Start asking all these questions about how I was crazy and everything. And then basically I was arrested for just doing absolutely nothing. And I just gotta stop. So that's all I have to say.
Oh, okay. Now, let me ask you this question. Do you think a lawyer is best suited to help you do that, or you're best suited to help you do that?
I don't think a lawyer can help me do that. And that's the whole problem that I'm presenting. It's the system that's wrong. It's not the people in this system. They want to help people. It's just the system is not good.
Okay. All right, sir. Is there anything else?
No, I just thank you, Judge, and that's it.
Okay, man. Sir, have a good day.
You too.
Mr. Johnson.
Johnson, Edwards, right? Mr. Johnson. Johnson Edwards, right?
Mr. Johnson, sir, you're charged with 1 count of driving a vehicle with an expired or invalid tag, 1 count of driving on a suspended license, 1 count of obstructing an officer, and 1 count of driving a vehicle without insurance. You're gonna have a $500 bond set on the tag charge, a $1,500 bond set on the driving on the suspended license charge, a $2,000 bond set on obstructing an officer charge, and a $1,000 bond set on the no insurance. So you're gonna have a total bond set at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Could you cut it in half because I feel that it's a little excessive?
Which one is excessive?
I feel that I've heard previously as you was going over the cases with women that it was a lot lesser than my driving on suspended. You was giving out 1,000 and the other.
No, that's driving with no insurance, which you've been charged with, which the bond is set at 1,000.
Okay.
The driving on the suspended license is set by schedule, which means it's automatically set at $1,500. So I think your observations are off.
Yeah, they were a little off. I apologize.
Okay. And the obstructing an officer, if you've noticed, I've set each one at $2,000.
Yeah, correct. Correct.
Okay. Is there anything else, sir?
No, sir.
Okay.
Oh, no,
Wait now. Let me, I was gonna finish what I need to say. So because I have to advise you of certain things. So your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 12th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yeah.
I'm going to find that you qualify, Mr. Johnson. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any other questions for me, sir?
Yes, sir. Do you see a hold for parole anywhere?
I could check real quick. Were you told by the jail that there is a hold for you?
Yeah, I was. I just want to make sure.
Then if they told you, then it's there. And I'll say that for this reason. They're the last line that's responsible for making sure that they don't release someone who has a hold. So if they informed you that you have a hold, you have a hold. Okay. Anything else, sir?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, you're free to go back. Jamari Johnson. Sir, you're charged with 1 count of theft by receiving stolen property, 1 count of possession of a handgun by a person under the age of 18, and 1 count of possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. You're going to have a $2,000 bond set on the theft by receiving stolen property, $5,000 bond set on possession of a handgun by a person under the age of 18, and a $5,000 bond set for possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. So that's going to be a total bond set at $12,000. You believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 12th at 8:30 in the morning. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be October 11th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201, because possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime is a felony. It's not a misdemeanor. You do qualify, Mr. Johnson. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back. Is it Mathurin?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with 1 count of obstructing an officer. Bond is going to be set at $2,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 12th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, sir.
You're going to represent yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
Could
You have any? I'm sorry?
Can you repeat the time and the number?
8:30 in the morning. But that date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail.
All right.
Okay, you're free to go back, sir. Mr. Ringer?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing well. So you're charged with 1 count of criminal damage to property in the 2nd degree. This is a felony offense. The bond is going to be set at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Morgan Genevieve. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 11th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You do qualify, Mr. Ringer. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir. Understood.
Okay, you're free to go back, sir. You are Mr. Shealy?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with 1 count of aggravated assault and 1 count of obstructing an officer. I'm going to deny the bond at this point on the aggravated assault charge. I'm going to set a $2,000 bond on the obstructing an officer charge. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 11th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. You're going to also have a bond hearing set for October 15th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, Mr. Shealy. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
I do. Well, you said the aggravated assault being denied. So if I bind up for the obstruction, I still can't get out.
No, sir.
You said I can't get out?
No, sir. You will not be able to get out until you have bond set on both offenses.
Okay, so I gotta wait till October 15th.
Not necessarily. If you speak to your lawyer, the lawyer may be able to speak to the district attorney's office to see if they will consent to a bond. However, the two factors that I considered in denying bond in your particular case is one, the discharge of a firearm, but two, your prior history has a lot of criminal trespass, simple battery, those related offenses. And so that coupled with this, I'm concerned that you may be a danger to the public. So that's something that the district attorney's office is going to have to look into.
But
Okay.
I don't really have no, like, I had caught cases as a juvenile. When I turned 18. But he
So
said-
Mr. Shealy, I'm explaining what I consider, not so that we can have a discussion about it, but so that you can talk to your lawyer about it. And your lawyer may be able to address those concerns with the district attorney's office. I'm giving you that information so that you know my thinking, so that that can be addressed, not so that we can have a two-way conversation about it. Okay?
Yes, sir, I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Free to go back. Mr. Smith? Are you Jason Smith? Jay Sean. Oh, I thought he was OTB. I didn't get his warrant paperwork. But Mr. Smith, these bonds are automatically set by schedule, which means that you could bond out without even coming before me.
Your Honor, may I say something?
If it's not about the facts of your case.
I could bond out, it's just that I don't, have the people to do it. Am I able to do it myself? I have, with some of my belongings, I have with me here at the jail. If I was able to get access to that, was I able to bond out with some of the money that I have? I can say, that,
Mr. Smith, let me stop you because I think I know where you're going. And if I've cut you off, and I'm going the wrong way, feel free to enlighten me. But you can contact the bonding companies and tell them that your bond has been set. Give them your name, your information. They'll see that the bond has been set, and they will work with you to help get you out. Okay?
I'm sorry, my bond has been set.
It's already been set.
So that means I just have to pay it, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, what I'm trying to say to the best of my ability without speaking about the case, if I was to pay on the bond, because I have some money that's coming with my belongings. I have my debit cards here at the jail. So if I was to pay the bond myself, would I be able to release, because I don't have someone that could do it? But the stuff that I'm pending charge that's going against me, if I'm able to get out, I can have that taken care of, but I just can't do it now. But I just need some help, and I'm happy to see this by them.
Okay, so Mr. Smith, I'm gonna encourage you to try to take two approaches, okay? One approach is to contact the bonding companies that are authorized to write bonds here in Clayton County and tell them about your name and your charges. And then you can tell them about your ability to satisfy whatever financial issue they have. If what I hear you say is that you have the complete amount on a, hold on. If you have the complete amount on a card and that you want to try to get access to that, you're going to have to speak to someone in the sheriff's department about that. I do not have the authority nor do I understand their internal workings as it relates to that. But I'm certain if you speak to someone, they will tell you whether they can or cannot allow you access to that information, or that those cards or documents or whatever. And if they can, I'm certain that they will tell you how to gain access to it, okay? Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a request for Mr. Smith's warrant paperwork. So when I should have asked about it, and that was my fault, but when I saw that he had charges that were set by schedule, and I didn't get the warrant paperwork, that normally tells me that he's already bonded out. So Mr. Smith, is there anything else, sir? Well, let me ask you this. Since I have you here, do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? I'm sorry?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, sir. You do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Now, did you understand what I told you about contacting the bonding companies and then requesting to speak to someone from the sheriff's department?
Yes, but I don't know how to go about that, from here.
Which part? Contacting the bonding company?
Yeah, would I be able to?
Ask for the list. I've seen it's like a slip of paper that they give that has the names of the bonding companies and their numbers on them. Okay. And you said you don't have any family members here.
My family is in Florida. I just have a couple of friends here that are trying to help, but the problem is that no one wants to sign. But whole thing is if I'm able to get out, I can get the appropriate things that I need, because if not, I'm gonna lose everything I have, sir.
Well, Mr. Smith, I could be wrong, but my understanding is that the bonding companies are all nearby, and that if when you say someone to sign, my understanding is that they may come to the jail and have you sign the paperwork.
Yes.
And I could be wrong, but that's my understanding. Okay, so Mr. Smith, what I need you to understand is that you're going to get yourself out of this. You're just going to have to rely upon asking questions and being polite. And sounds like you said you have friends that are there to try to help you. Your bond has been set. So just work through the problem, okay? Anything else, sir? Okay, you're free to go back, Mr. Smith. Mr. Walker?
Yes, yeah.
Sir, you're charged with one count of terroristic threats. I've set the bond at $10,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
I'm not sure, John.
Okay, so this is a felony offense. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Mary Danielle Rawlins. Do you understand that?
Yeah, yes, I understand, Judge Gardner, but if I blocked her on January 5th and haven't spoken to her since January 10th, I don't understand. But I mean, that's just what I know. I don't understand how I have a warrant from January 15th if I blocked this woman, haven't seen her, and haven't had any contact with her since January 5th. My birthday was January 3rd. We spent my birthday, Christmas. Yes.
So Mr. Walker, the allegation in the warrant is that now these are allegations, is that on January 15th of 2021, that you were allegedly video recorded threatening to kill Mary Danielle Rawlings. And according to what's listed is in the video, that you alleged that you were going to kill her, murder her, and place a tombstone on her head. So the allegation is that this allegedly occurred January 15th of 2021, and it apparently was video recorded and given to the police. So there is a video recording, and that's something that your lawyer definitely would want to know so that they can review it. Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 11th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. And that date will get waived upon your ability to bond out. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm going to find that you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me, Mr. Walker?
Just one more time, 8:30 a.m., October 11th, in courtroom 201. And I was granted a bond of 10,000.
Yes, sir. And upon bonding out, that court date will change and you will get a new court date in the mail.
All right, very well. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You're free to go back.
Good.
Mr. Weary?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with one count of robbery. I am setting the bond at $7,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a preliminary hearing date set for October 11th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Jadrika Butler.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to find that you qualify, Mr. Weary. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
With the young lady that you stated, she had wrote a statement saying that she wouldn't like to press charges with this situation.
Okay.
And she had already put it in.
So, Mr. Weary,
Yes, sir.
have that discussion with your lawyer, because I can't do anything about that at this stage. But your lawyer may be able to do something with that may lead to a resolution of the charges. It may not, because at this point, the state picks up the charge and they decide whether they're going to pursue it or not. And so a lot of that has to do with your criminal history, the circumstances of the case. I mean, the way that it's written, it looks like there is an argument that possibly got out of hand that led to the allegation of you taking her keys. So I can see where the state could choose to drop it, or they may choose to do something else, but that is totally within the realm of the district attorney's office. Okay. Anything else, sir? Did you say no? Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
That concludes the mail side, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you,